Yo, what's up guys? I'm Grandmaster Shimon and welcome back to the channel. Today we have another episode of Sakura Gamer 2. In this episode, it looks like we might get to see Suki come out to her grandma. She is in a... I don't know if she'll come out as in a poly relationship with two other girls, but we will have to see. Make sure if you guys are hyped, hit that like button down below for me, and let me know in the comment section your thoughts on this video, because I really do enjoy hearing them, and we are on the road to 200 subscribers, so subscribe to the channel for future content, and without further ado, we're just gonna jump on into it. Well, speak up, girl. Have I or have I not seen you before? I squeak in alarm. I look at my lap, my face burning. I'm sorry, ma'am. I was just trying to gather my thoughts, but, you're right. We have met before, almost 2 years ago, during the summer. I was your computer repair technician. You had a problem with your laptop after you filled the D drive with rice. I see. That was you, was it? I thought you looked familiar. And did you know my Tsukiko back then, by any chance? No, we met a bit later. It was all a coincidence, really. A coincidence, I see. And now you two are... lovers, did you say it was? Alright, here we go. We've got the old lady coming to terms with the fact that, you know, her granddaughter is gay. Now, there's two sides to the coin. There is the get out of my house and I never want to see you coin, which, familiar with. And then there is the, oh, sweet. The problem is with old people, it can be really 50-50. In fact, it's probably more 80-20, with the disapproving disdain being the 80%. But we'll see how it goes. Kikuko says the words lovers like it's something distasteful. My face burns bright red with shame, but Tsukiko doesn't look flustered at all. Instead, she puts one protective arm around my shoulder and pulls me close, her eyes molten. That's right, Sakura is one of my girlfriends, and Clover, Chica rather, is the other. Our relationship is an unusual one, but I love them both a lot. You tell her, Tsukiko. I love Tsukiko. Tsukiko is definitely the best character. Out of all of the characters, I mean, to be fair, the main character and I have so much in common. She's like my spirit animal. It's kind of insane. But, God, Tsukiko is just so cute and protective, and, oh, I love it when she's aggressive, too. So good. So good. The three of us have been together through the thick and thin of it. No matter what happens, they'll always have my back. I care about them, and you might not approve, but I want you to know how I feel. I kept it a secret for a long time, and I'm afraid you turn on me, but... Tsukiko draws a deep breath. I'm a lesbian. Oh God, okay. The music stops. I'm worried. Please don't hate her. Tsukiko looks at her granddaughter blankly, her expression comprehending. For a few moments, I wonder if she didn't know what lesbian means. To an old traditionalist like her, it might seem like a very strange new modern concept, like the wireless earbuds in the internet. God, dude, okay. Is this like a Japan thing or what? Like, lesbians have been around legitimately since the beginning of time, like, basically. Like, there are plenty of gay, you know, relationships in animal species all over the world. It's literally like one of the most natural things. Even if you don't agree with it, scientifically speaking, it is legitimately one of the most consistent things in all animal species relationships is that there are gay relationships in almost every animal species on the planet. It is seen in pretty much all of them. So, the fact is... Urusai. Urusai. My phone, apparently, heard the word lesbian and went all for it. But, that's fair. But all I'm saying is that if she doesn't know what the term lesbian means, I would be honestly very surprised. That seems a little bit surprising to me if she doesn't know what lesbian is. Tsukiko seems to share my thoughts because she hastens to explain. That means I'm in love with women, not men. I know what a lesbian is, child. Okay, good. I might be old, but I'm not completely cut off from reality. Such things weren't unheard of back in my day, either. When I was your age, I took lessons at a local art school. It was for women only, and our tutor was a woman herself, a rather pretty one, too. A lot of women in my art class were housewives. Their husbands came home late, and they were bored with their lives. So some of them developed feelings for our teacher, who was kind and patient. One of my friends, in particular, was very smitten with our teacher, and I suppose I can't blame her. Her husband was an alcoholic, and he was a bore, and I never appreciated her. He never appreciated her. She enjoyed taking art lessons and liked flirting with our teacher even more. I suppose it injected a bit of a thrill in her drab life. I thought nothing of it. I told myself it was just a phase. I didn't think it was possible for two women to truly love one another, but Kukiko shakes her head. I was in fact wrong. In the end, my friend ran off with our art teacher. I haven't heard from her since. I don't know if they're still together or not, but it seems they truly loved one another. My friend tried to explain her feelings to me on many occasions, but I dismissed them. I was not very supportive. If I had been more open-minded, maybe she wouldn't have cut ties with me back when she left. I suppose I deserved it. I was some harsh, unfair things to her. I just hope that she's doing all right. Kikuko looks at her reflection distorted in the teacups of her green tea. You see, Tsukiko, I'm not a feeble-minded fool like you make me out to be. And by the way, if you don't agree with LGBTQ rights, you are a feeble-minded fool, as this lady said. I lived a very full life of my own, and I've seen many things. There is little you could do to shock me now. So, let me get this straight. You're not angry that I'm dating another woman, are you? No, I'm not. Bless. I could gild my friend about her affections, but so much that she cut me out of her life forever. I've regretted it ever since, and I don't want to do the same thing with my own granddaughter. People can love whoever they want, however they want. If it makes you happy, child, then I will not castigate you. In the end, I've only ever wanted the best for you. But you were always so harsh to me when I was young. You scolded my handwriting, my table manners, my way of talking. There was nothing I could do that wouldn't piss you off. You were always finding faults. So forgive me if I didn't feel like confiding in you. I was sure you used my sexuality as another way to insult me. I thought you'd never accept me for who I am, so in the end, you ran away. That's partially why I left you, yes. But it's not the only reason. You broke me down with your constant criticism. Living with you was stifling. I knew you wanted me to be a shrine maiden after you, but I couldn't accept that. It's not what I wanted. I couldn't let you dictate my future for me. So you decided to leave instead of talking to me about it like a rational adult? What was there to talk about? You never insisted in having a conversation. Whenever I opened my mouth, I was told children should be seen, not heard. And even when I was in my 20s, you've never treated me like a little kid. I knew if I stayed under your thumb, you'd never see me as an adult. That's why I had to go. It's not because I don't love you, Grandma, because I did. I still do. No matter how cruel you were, no matter how I know you care about me in your own way. I loved you. I still do, but I can't stay with you. So you have no intention of returning to live with me? None whatsoever. I'm sorry, Grandmother, but I'm my own person with my own life. I have a career. I have 2 girlfriends that I love very much, and I want to stay with them. Yes, that career of yours. I saw what you were peddling when I saw what you were peddling when I went to that so-called manga market. Like I said, it's not so-called, that's what it's actually called. Your star was decorated with cardboard cutouts of half-naked characters, and as for the artwork of the cover of your games, Tsukiko touts, it doesn't look like a very respectful occupation, especially for a young woman. Couldn't you content yourself with something more feminine, like flower arranging or playing koto? Nobody even plays koto anymore, Grandma. It's a dead instrument, and I'm not training to be a geisha. Besides, is there any occupation more feminine than drawing cute girls? Cute? Well, that's debatable. Young babies are cute, and so are puppies. But your cute characters hardly look human. Their eyes were too big, and those proportions. No Japanese woman has a chest quite that large. It's an artistic license, Grandma. Okay, Boomer. They're not supposed to be realistic. I'm drawing in an anime style because it's what sells. Well, I wouldn't know about that. I used to paint myself, but I always painted from life. I painted nudes too back in my day, but they were tasteful. Your art, meanwhile, is anything but. And who gets to decide that, huh? Don't you think you're being hypocritical? Why are prints by the great masters considered tasteful, even if they feature interspecies sexual intercourse, but my cute anime girls aren't? Boom. Problem solved. Ladies and gentlemen, Tsukiko said it all right there. Seriously, like, honest to God, that says it all right there. Oh, you asked me too many questions, Tsukiko. I don't know why you were going to argue with me. Surely you can see that your art is nothing more than pornography. And a lot of respected Japanese artists drew pornography, but that didn't tarnish their reputations. Why is my art considered unpure, dirty, and devoid of meaning? Don't you think that's unfair? Well, maybe. I'm old, I must admit. I am somewhat stuck to my habits. Drawing porn does seem like a bit of a waste of talent, but I myself drew naked men and women while I was studying art, and nobody considered that inappropriate. Perhaps you're right. It might not be all that different. Kikuko sighs and shakes her head, her muscles beneath her withered, ropey neck tense. Despite Kikuko's haughty expressions and her regal bearing, she's old and physically fragile. She might not be that scary after all. I apologize, Tsukiko, for keeping you on such a short leash. I promised your parents I'd look after you, and that's what I intended, but I'm old and set in my ways. Perhaps I was being too harsh on you. My own mother disciplined me severely, and her mother before her, but they came from different times. This world is changing, and so too are the perceptions of what young girls can and cannot do. I don't understand your art, and I don't care to. It doesn't appeal to me, and I'm not the target audience. At least she knows that. In the past, I tried to dissuade you from pursuing art because your art was not the sort of art I was familiar with. Jeez, that was a lot of fucking arts. Okay, but I suppose it's time I realized not all things in life have to cater to me. I'm sorry for failing you in the past, Tsukiko. I was harsh on you because I loved you, but now I see how my love was misplaced. Huh? You're actually apologizing? Indeed I am. These words don't come easily to a stubborn woman like myself, so don't make me repeat them, but I mean what I say. I wanted to bring you home, no matter the cost, but Kukiko glances at me, smiling faintly. I suppose you found a splendid home of your own. You're an adult now, though I don't want to admit it, and perhaps it's time to let you make your own way in the world, harsh and intimidating though it may be. Don't understand the path you walk, but I wish you luck, and I hope you can find happiness. Your happiness may be different than the sort I am accustomed to, but I'm sure it is happiness nonetheless. You have my blessings. No way. My grandma actually accepts me? She finally accepts me. She accepts me, you, and Chika too. Oh, Seo, thank you for coming here with me. I never would have had the courage to confront her if it weren't for you. You don't have to thank me. I didn't even do anything. No, that's not true. You sat with me and you spoke to my grandmother and you helped me get over my fears. You helped us mend our relationship. You truly are the best girlfriend I could ever dream of. Really? What about Chika? Won't she get jealous? Chika is also the best girlfriend in the world. You're both incredible. I love the two of you so much. Chika can't be here today, so I can't shower her with as much love as I'd like. So I'm gonna hug you loads in her place. Get ready, I won't hold back. And with that cheerful explanation, hey, Tsukiko, wait a minute. Gah! Oh, she's the best. Look at it. Oh, I love it. Yo, okay, so listen. If you or anyone you know has a grandma that is like that, she might be a hard-nosed old lady, but she knows how to get it done. She was able to accept her family. Even if she doesn't necessarily like the fact that she's, drawing in a certain way, she was able to accept her family, and she's not gonna bring it up all the time. And on top of that, she realizes that if you're gay, straight, bi, poly, ace, it doesn't matter. All of those things are actually, surprisingly to most people apparently, normal things that people have to deal with on a regular basis, and they're not even uncommon. They're not even uncommon. They've been around for millennia. God. It feels good, man. It feels good. Tsukiko throws her arms around me in a tight embrace. I love hugs. Hugs are the best, especially those type of hugs. It's just, it sucks because the type of hugs I like are the hugs where, like, they're taller than me and I, like, bury my face into, like, their neck. That'd be nice. But I'm too tall. I'm too tall. I want to be fun-sized. She smells good, like strawberries and cream, and all my favorite sweet things rolled into one. I smell like strawberries too sometimes. Sometimes. It's just when I shower, I use strawberry everything because I'm OCD about it, and if they're not all the same, then it's just too much, or well, not enough. Her skin is soft and her embrace feels comforting, but I can't help but be acutely aware of her grandmother's watchful eyes. Is Kikuko judging us? I don't want her to hate me. I made a pretty poor showing the last time we met, after I shouted at her in the middle of the crowd convention. I could hardly be shooting up in her esteem, embracing her beloved granddaughter before her eyes. That's what I think, at least, but... young love. Young love. Kikuko smiles as she watches us, her eyes misty with old age. I remember when I was younger, I was all over my husband like that too. I'm glad you're in a happy relationship, Tsukiko. I must admit, this isn't the sort of relationship I imagined you'd have. I never considered you might be interested in dating women, let alone two of them at the same time. It seems all a bit greedy, if you ask me. But so long as you're happy, I'm happy. I just hope that I'll have another occasion to meet this Chica girl again one day. So look at that! Look at that! She's like, that might not be for me, but I want to meet your other girlfriend too, and I want us all to hang out and have a good time. God, dude, this grandma turned around. She realized her mistakes. Doesn't happen very often. She's fantastic. You will. I promise you that, Grandma. I'll make sure you like her. She's as well-mannered as Sayo. If she's as well-mannered as Sayo, I have no complaints. Well-mannered, I wouldn't exactly describe Chiba like that. She's a lot of fun to be with, though. I love both her and Sayo equally, and they're both the best. I hope that's true, for your sake, Miss Sayo. If you do anything to upset my dear granddaughter, you'll have to answer to me. I may be old, but I am quite skilled in my naginata when I was younger. I swallow, suddenly anxious. And I thought being welcome to Tsukiko's family would be a good thing. Now I'm beginning to wonder. Oh, dude, how can you possibly want to let down Tsukiko? Or freaking, Tsukiko. Look at her. Look at her. Is she not the freaking cutest? She's the freaking cutest. Look at her. Would you not want to be hugged by her? She is just adorable. I do really wonder how she pays attention wearing those headphones, though. I will admit, wearing those headphones all the time is a bit much. She's also wearing her hair underneath it, and that bugs the shit out of me. Why you wear a headphones? Like, is that not weird? Is that not weird? If they're like... Does that not feel weird to anybody else? I don't know if anybody else has long hair, but I feel like it would be so weird to have your headphones like covering your hair and pushing your hair into your ears. I don't know anybody who wears headphones like that. It's just so weird. But don't worry, Sayo. It'll be fine. I know you'll never hurt me. I trust you, and I really do love you. Okay. Okay. So now I'm a bit confused. That was it? So, we get the acceptance from the grandma. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright. Okay, so it looks like I'm curious here. Okay, we're gonna actually return. I'm gonna go to preferences and we're going to skip to unseen text. So now we're going to go. So we've only gotten those choices. So I think we should go and finish like this route first before we go and change things. So we're gonna go here, and I'm gonna go with Suki and Clover next. I have to pick them, wouldn't I? No matter how flowering it is to have an apprentice, Kurumi's still our enemy. It'd be nice if we get along, but... Wait. Okay. So, let's see... Okay, everything worked out pretty well. So, that didn't change anything about it. Okay. So, I don't think that choice ended up mattering at all whatsoever. I mean, we could double check to see if Kurumi... I think I'd pick Kurumi. Sakura might brand me as a traitor for my actions, but I don't think I have any other choice. She's all alone and doesn't have any friends. If Suki and Clover turned against her, she'd be on her own. I don't want to feel isolated, so I'd stand up for her. Maybe if I argued her case eloquently enough, Suki and Clover might even forgive her. Maybe. Am I being too optimistic? And then is it the same? It's probably the same, isn't it? I'd assume. Okay. Yep. So it's the same ending. So she makes up with her grandma. Okay, so ultimately that did not matter at all whatsoever, which is fine. It is what it is. So let's check out this. I was the one to be mature here. What, are you like saying I'm immature? That kind of pisses me off, but you might be right. I could be a brat sometimes. Kufi sniffs and wipes her eyes at the back of her arm. My eyes are stinging. Okay. Okay, so ultimately it comes back to here, and then the choices are the same. So those ultimately are going to be the same. So next we go back here. Yeah. Let's do sorry for her. She staggers to her feet, raised her forehead, smacked against the floor many times. Nope. Yep. It's gonna be exactly the same. Okay, so then we go all the way back here. So I don't think anything. Let's go with sushi. Part of me doesn't bother food. It feels like too much of a hassle. Okay, yeah. So it's ultimately going to be exactly the same. Yep. So I don't think any of these choices mattered at all whatsoever. But we might get more off of this, though. So let's go into the hot tub. We might get an extra scene off of this. Yes. Look at her hair. Yo. Why can my hair not be like that? Oh my god, it's gorgeous. Holy shit. Her hair and her skin. I'm so jealous. Holy crap. Yo, I'm just saying. I say yo too much. That really hits the spot. Doesn't the warm water feel great? Yeah, it kind of does feel nice, huh? Just nice? Clover raises her eyebrow. You gotta learn to be more positive, Nekohime. I know, I'm trying, but... I look down at my knees. They protrude from the bubbling surface of the water like two albino islands. I've never had the healthiest complexion, but since I quit my old job to be a full-time visual novel writer, I'm paler than ever before. I think I've lost a little bit of weight, too. I look skinnier than ever before. I thought working at home would be cushy, but in some ways it's kind of depressing. At least I have Suki and Clover with me. If it weren't for them, I'd probably go days, maybe even weeks without speaking to another human being. Beyond the bored clerks at the convenience stores, and it's not like you even have conversations with them. I'm sorry if I'm spoiling things, Clover. I feel a little out of it. Oh, you're not spoiling anything, darling. Nekohime, I'm glad you're here. You are? Yeah, haven't I told you a billion times? Clover winds her arms around my shoulder and pulls me close to her. I like you a lot, Nekohime. Suki's my friend, but you're my girlfriend, and I ain't gonna let you suffer alone. Wait, what? Wait. Hold on. They're in a relationship. They literally said it. It's a poly relationship, and not only that, they just said it. What do you mean? So, wait, Suki loves Clover as a girlfriend, but Clover's like, nope. Wow, okay. No, I see how it is. Don't know if that was... Interesting. I ain't gonna let you suffer on your own. I've got your back, I promise. I want to believe her, but last time you tried to console me, you broke my laptop. Why you gotta bring that up now? It was an accident, a one-off. I didn't mean to do it. And Tiara no Kiyomori didn't help to start the Hiji rebellion, but he still did. That's the best comeback line right there. That's how you come back from that. There, Kiyomori. Yeah, he's a well-known military leader from the Heian period. Didn't you learn about him in school? Well, maybe, but don't you... But you know how I'm with Japanese history. It's in one ear and out the other. I couldn't care less about a bunch of old samurai men. I mean, they're all dead now. Why do you... What do you care about then? Well, cute girls, of course. That's why I like you so much, Nekohime. But I'm not cute. Oh, fucking shut up. Yeah, you are. You're cute. You're totally cute. Look at her. Look at her. Your hair. You don't tell me you're not cute. When you look at that hair and that face and that freaking cute blush that you got. Girl. Clover inches closer to me. If such a thing is possible, her breasts slick with water slide against my arm. I can feel her hardened nipples against my skin, and I shiver. We're so close, our thighs are pressed together. There isn't an inch of space between us. Now, why don't you open up and tell me what's wrong? I can't cheer you up if I don't know what the problem is. But that's, I bite my lower lip and glance away guiltily. I don't want to drag you down with my own misery. It wouldn't be fair. You won't drag me down, Nekohime. If anything, I'll be the one to raise you up. But how can you be so certain? Well, it's obvious. Clover pokes the tip of her nose with her index finger and bright smile on her face. I'm a cheeky kind of gal. I don't succumb to despair. If my skin was that thin, I never would have had Hackett as a teacher for so long. I suppose you have a point. So why don't you talk to me? We're all alone now, and there's no one to intrude. If you ever feel too self-conscious when we're together, you don't have to feel too self-conscious when we're together. I care about you, and I won't judge you no matter what you say. Are you sure? I'm sure. Well then, this will probably sound stupid, but I looked down at the depressingly pale knees, even whiter than the moon, hanging outside with a frown. I started to read a few more reviews of Miko made online. Oh no, Nekohime. Clover wags a finger in my face like a disgruntled teacher might. We've been through this before. You said you wouldn't read those reviews anymore. Not after they upset you so much. Why are you pushing yourself through all this unnecessary stress? I know. I was being stupid. I shouldn't have looked, but curiosity got the better of me. I figured since we were going to sell Miko Made 2 tomorrow, I should see what people were saying about the first game, and, well, I take it they weren't positive. Some of the reviews were, but you're a gloomy girl. You never take those comments to heart. That's right. I couldn't believe any of the nice comments, but when it came to the nasty ones, you let them get under your skin. It's not a chance of letting. I didn't want to get upset either, but I just can't help myself. Some of those comments were really harsh. People said I was a loser and a creep and a useless virgin. They were so mean. Oh, those assholes. They really are too much. You might be a bit awkward, but you're not a loser nor a creep. And as for the virgin part, she grinned seductively. You and I both know that isn't true, don't we? I mean, I guess. I dipped my head, my face burning bright red. Aw. Clover is right on that score. I'm not a virgin. I had sex with her so many times during the last year, my purity is very well tarnished. That's such a way to describe it. Oh my god. She's just... That's one way to say it, I guess. I mean, she's not pulling no punches, I guess. Jesus. Alright. You know, I was given a little thought recently. What? Our sex life. My face turns redder than ever, while Clover's grin widens. She leans towards me in the tub, her fingers running up the length of my thigh. She licks her lip. Then her mouth inches away from my ear. Clover whispers hotly, "It's been a while since we last had sex, wasn't it?" Why don't we rectify that? It looks good, all damp and wet and naked. I can hardly contain myself. You're such a pervert, says the one who writes all the sex scenes for our games. But for the last time, visual novels aren't games. And it's not like I write those sex scenes because I want to. I'm just doing it to help you and Suki out. I'm not a pervert. So you say. But you might be a little perverse deep down. Shut up. I turn my head away, arms folded. I want to look cool and aloof, but my stupid cheeks won't start blushing. That's one of the problems of having pale skin. I go red way too easily. At least Clover seems to have relented in her teasing, for now at least, because the coy grin fades from her face. She cocks her head and says, "So, is that why you've been acting down tonight, Nekohime? Those comments online?" "Partially, but not all of it. Someone said they checked our blog and they know that we'll be at Manga Market this weekend. They said they were going to stop by our table so they can insult us to our faces." "Ha! I'd like to see them try. I bet they're just talking big. I doubt they'd actually do that." "But how can you be sure? It's common sense, Nekohime. I thought you had more of. Most people who write negative comments online only do so from the safety of their rooms behind closed doors. In real life, people have to mind their manners, so they put on pleasant faces even if they hate your guts. I had to act nice to all my colleagues, even though there were a few of them I couldn't stand. That's how society is." "I know, but I thought that being judged by people pretending to be nice is just as bad. That makes me feel worse." "So you want people to say you suck to your face?" "Well, no, but..." "Then don't worry. But, Nekohime, please, look here." Clover tips my chin upwards with her index finger, forcing my eyes to meet hers. "I'm sure you'll be fine at Manga Market tomorrow, and even if people do have a vendetta towards you, I'm sure they'll change their mind once you see how adorable you are. Nobody wants to see a cute girl cry." "But what if they do?" "Then I'll protect you. I'll beat up anyone who says mean things to you, Nekohime. For the duration of Manga Market, I'll be more than your girlfriend. I'll be your knight in shining armor, too. I'll protect your delicate sensibilities, milady, so don't worry." Clover raises her hand to her lips and presses a kiss against my knuckles. "You'll be safe as long as you stick with me." "Oh, Clover." I sigh softly, my shoulders slumping with relief. Though Clover's even going to a fault, right now she seems strangely reliable. I often wondered how such a careless woman could land a job as an elementary school teacher, but now I think I know. She's pretty reassuring when she wants to. All of a sudden, I felt this huge weight lifted from my chest. I can finally breathe. "Are you alright, Nekohime? Did that cheer you up?" "Yeah, I think it did, thanks. When I'm on my own, it's pretty easy to get sucked into a downward depression, but you always know how to lift my spirits, especially when she isn't spilling massage oil all over my laptop." "Thank you, Clover. I really appreciate it." "Yes, no problem. You let me live with you for years, so I figured I should return the favor. I know you sometimes, Nekohime, but I'm not always the easiest person to live with, but at the very least, I can be a good partner." "You are a good partner, Clover. You're so kind to me, despite my funny moods. You're the best girlfriend in the whole world." Meanwhile... Alright. How close is this? Okay, so this is the same. So it looks like we get back to here and nothing changes about any of the rest of this. I think we just... I think we just figured out. So now we're going to go for a walk on our own and see what happens. Anxious and restless, I leave the hotel despite Suki and Clover's objections. I think it'd be better for me if I stayed inside and relaxed, and perhaps they're right. I've been unusually active today, and my energy is starting to flag. Since I've got to get up early tomorrow, it'd be best if I turned in early. I'm so keyed up, I know I'd never be able to sleep, not in this state. My mind's filled with so many thoughts. I feel bad for blowing Suki off. She is my girlfriend, and we haven't had a chance to spend much time together lately. But it'd be nice. It would have been nice to lie in bed with her, trading kisses and eating chocolate. But I'm so stressed, I don't think I'd enjoy that either. I'm a terrible, neglected girlfriend. Oh well, I'll try and make it up to her later. I do feel bad about blowing Clover off, though. She is my girlfriend, and we haven't spent much time together lately. I was hoping I'd head back into the hotel and get to the hot tub with her. Okay, so you can kind of tell that they didn't expect you to choose Polly because they just kind of like clunked it together. Lying back in the warm, soothing water with my loved one sounds like a pretty good way to spend the night, but I'm anxious, so I don't think I'd be able to truly enjoy it. My nerves are playing up, and I don't want to ruin Clover's night with my maudlin ways. Oh well, I'll have to make it up to her. I do feel bad about brushing Clover and Suki aside, though. What? Why? What? They are my girlfriends, and I know how much they worry about me. Okay, so you guys saw that, right? That was a bit clunky, mate. You said I feel bad about blowing her off. I feel bad about blowing her off. I feel bad about blowing them both off. Like, we get it, mate. You're beaten into the ground. We've been busy and we haven't had much of a chance to relax together. It would be nice if we could enjoy company, lie in bed, watch TV, cuddle, kiss, maybe enjoy some naughty R18 movies. When was the last time we had sex together? I can't even remember. Jeez, that's depressing. We're all over each other when we first got together, too. I'll have to make it up to them later. I hope they're not too upset. Right now, I just need some time alone. My late night wanderings took me through the city. I've not come here before. My surroundings are all new to me. I live in a pretty quiet suburb on the outskirts of Tokyo, filled with neat square houses and neat square gardens, and there aren't any skyscrapers in my neck of the woods. Manga Market, meanwhile, is located in the middle of the city. It's filled with tall buildings that seem to be light up 24/7. It's around 11 p.m., but the streets are pretty lively. Some shops are still open, and I can see people queuing up outside of bars and clubs. Laughter dances in the air, mingled with conversation. I see men wearing suits like they do it with. They look like businessmen. Did they only finish work? Some women, meanwhile, are dressed in slinky party dresses with very high heels. I'm surprised they can walk around without twisting their ankles. I thought the streets would be quiet, but I was wrong. It's actually noisier out here than it was in my hotel room, even with Clover's excitable gabbling. I need to get out of here. Overwhelmed, I found a place in the streets, flashing stoplights to be seen. There are no women with red lips and scary high shoes either. I sigh relieved, pressing a hand against my chest. I never thought I'd never been best dealing with crowds. How am I ever going to be able to survive tomorrow? It's enough to make my blood run cold. At least I can sit down for a while enjoying the scenery. Now I'm off on my own, and I've started to feel almost normal again. I take a seat by a nearby bush beneath a sycamore tree. At least that's my intention, but... Okay, so they actually meet each other before the event. Interesting. Okay, that's what I mean, after playing it, that's what I figured would happen, but I didn't know she was going to exist at the last time through. I thought this was going to be like the depressing solo route, and I was like, oh boy. Oh, it seems like I'm not quite as alone as I thought I was. There's another girl in the park who seems to be about my age. She's sitting on the bench, head bowed, half-ridden in the shade. I can't believe I didn't see her earlier. I think the girl spotted me before I saw her. She takes a pair of buds from her ears. She must have been listening to music and offers me a small smile. Hey, do you want to sit, oh my god, do you want to sit down? You don't mind, do you? I hope I'm not interrupting you. Oh, it's fine. I'm never opposed to making new friends. There's more than enough room. Sit. The girl gestures to the bench, and I find myself obeying. I'm not really sure why. I don't know her at all. She could be a serial killer for all I know, but I don't know. Something about her smile seems trustworthy. I'm not the best at talking to people, especially strangers, but she looks friendly and forthcoming enough. You're like the first person I've seen pass here in like a half an hour, you know. Huh? I blink at the girl, nonplussed. You've been sitting here for that long? I wanted to sit here somewhere quiet. I rented a room in a nearby motel, but it's kind of crappy. The wallpaper's peeling and it smells of damp, and a couple of the rooms next to mine keep arguing. There's no way I could get any sleep. I couldn't even hear myself think. Oh, that's too bad. I take it you don't live in Tokyo then. Oh, that's right. I just came over for a few days to go to Manga Market. Really? What a coincidence. I'm going to Manga Market too. I figured as much. You look like the type. The girl titters. Titters? That's one way to say titters. Okay. That's, interesting. I haven't heard anyone say, oh, she just tittered. Oh, she's tittering. I find my cheeks turning pink. What does she mean I look like the type? Is it because I have glasses? She doesn't think I'm a nerd, does she? Maybe I'll see you there then. Then again, maybe not. Manga Market's always so crowded. You go there often? Twice a year for the last, 4 or 5 years. And you always go on your own? Yeah, none of my friends are really into anime or manga. They probably tease me if they know I came so often. It's my little secret, though I guess it's your secret too now. Don't worry, I won't tell anybody. Thanks. The girl laughs and she leans back on the bench looking up at the sky. So, are you going to Manga Market on your own too? Oh no, I'm here with 2 of my friends. You have 2 friends who will go with you to events like this? How lucky. I'm a little jealous. I did have a couple friends back in high school who were into this kind of thing, but well, the girl sighs. She doesn't seem to elaborate on that point, but I think it's safe to assume they drifted apart from those friends now. I don't know this girl very well, but all of a sudden I feel sorry for her. Manga Market is supposed to be fun, bustling convention, but most of the enjoyment comes from sharing the experience with other people. I can't imagine ever going here on my own. It'd be way too depressing. Well, I should probably go back to my hotel now. I need to wake up early so I can get in line. Oh, but before I do, what was your name? I forgot to ask. Neko. I start, but then I stop. I'm used to calling myself Neko Hime when I'm with Clover or Suki. Oh shit. But I probably get unhinged if I introduce myself to a stranger like that. Neko Hime isn't my real name. It's an embarrassing pen name I made for myself when I was a kid. I don't want this girl calling me that. Sayo. My name's Sayo. Neko Sayo? No, just Sayo. Alright then, Sayo. Just Sayo. The girl rises from the bench, grinning, and glances back at me. I'm Kurumi. It's nice to meet ya. I'll see you around. And with that, Kurumi walks off. The hem of her skirt flutters about her legs, her scarf swaying in the breeze. I'm not sure if I'll see her again, but it would be nice. I'd like it if during my trip to Manga Market, I can make at least one new friend. Meanwhile, in the dungeon. Okay. Does anything change, though? We met her earlier. Wait. Okay. So nothing changed? At all? I can't tell. It won't let me go back further for some reason. Alright, hold up. I'm in my head about it doesn't take long. She looks pretty good, but it takes me a while to play it. Haven't I seen it before? It couldn't be. You're the girl from last night. Huh? Do you know her, Neko Hime? That's right. You're Kurumi, aren't you? I met you at the park. Oh. Kurumi's eyes flick to mine for a moment. She looks just as confused as I feel, but then her expression hardens. That's right. I'm Kurumi, and you're Sayo. I remember you. But when I said I'd like to meet you again, I didn't mean like this. But oh well. It isn't going to deter me from my mission. What mission? I'm glad you asked. I came here to talk to the girls who made Miko Maid, and so I could kindly ask them to never write anything ever again. Huh? I stare at Kurumi, my eyes wide. It feels like the bottom dropped out of my stomach. It's hard to breathe. What does she mean by that? I thought Kurumi seemed like a nice person when I met her, but now she's glaring at me as though she hates me. What's going on? All right, hold on. Why? That text I hadn't seen before. So why? Okay. Shit. So I'm wondering, would it ever come up again? Oh, it stopped. Eventually, I'm in my park the same way as I met Kurumi that night. But before I knew, she turned into one of my biggest enemies. I wonder if she's here now. And then that's the same. She noticed me, but that's Kurumi. Okay, so now the skip button's working. Okay, so now it looks like that was about it. She just kind of left. So there wasn't too much of a change there. Neko Hime, is that you? That's right, it's me. But, well, I look around the park shyly, and I guess everyone's staring at us from the boy on the... Okay. I hate being the center of attention. Now we go quieter. Okay. So those are the same. Okay. So the rest of it I think is the same. Looks like. So okay, the last thing I want to do, I know the episode's running a little late, but I'm gonna test out all of these. So I'm gonna start with I'm single, and we're gonna see if we can test the rest of it. Okay, hold on. For an extreme introvert like me, living a cheerful, high-energy girl like Clover can be a bit exhausting at times. But right now, I'm relieved to see her smiling face and her super exposing outfit. Okay. I like you a lot, and I won't ever having you call yourself a loser in my house. Okay. Maybe so, but I'm your best friend, and I care about you a lot. Okay, so they just switched that out. Ever since Suki started living here, I haven't had much of a chance to talk to you one-to-one. Are you jealous of Suki, Clover? Of course not. I like her a lot, but sometimes it's nice to get you all to myself like the good old days. Suki's my friend after all, and I've known you longer than her. You're my bestest friend, and you're special to me, Nekohime. Special? Yeah, like nobody else. Well, thanks, I guess. You're special to me, too. I mean, it's not like I had let anybody touch my body this intimately. Okay. This doesn't matter. Okay, so that was cute. Okay, we've been friends for way too long. Okay, so I just want to see mostly... Wow, okay, so it's really, like, almost identical. Alright, I guess we'll just go on the... Let's see if we can go down the Kurumi path. Is there a Kurumi path? That's my question. Your affection is fine. It's not like I don't like the attention that came with it. I leave a heavy sigh. Okay, so the rest of it's pretty much the same. Let's just kind of go with it. I couldn't flirt my way out of a paper bag, let alone with another human being. Okay, so then Kurumi's event happens. Feel sorry for her. You're my friend and I care about you too much, so they just switched that out with girlfriend, I think. I like Suki, but not in that way. So now instead of it being them girlfriend, like all of them are girlfriends, she likes Suki, but not in that way. What made you think that, Nekohime? Dang, disappointing. Besides, she's only teasing. She doesn't mean anything by it. We're all friends here. Friends. I guess Clover's right. We are friends. I don't like being fun. Yeah. Okay, so then that happens. How much of the rest of this is going to be the same, though? We're going to go with completely on Kurumi's side here. So this is the entire thing where we're single. So I have to wonder, like, if there's anything that's going to change. Ah, yes it is. Okay, so 1 month after Manga Market, I find myself back here. So we don't introduce ourselves to the grandma because we're not in a relationship with her. So this might be Kurumi's route here. I'm sitting at the park where I once spoke to Kurumi, while the running fountain is in the green trees. Summer's coming to a close, and fall will soon begin. I'm starting to get cold, but the leaves on the trees are still verdant green. The sky above my head is bright blue. In a few weeks, the leaves on top of the trees will turn yellow, then red, then brown, and they'll begin to fall away and flow away in the wind. But for now, I will enjoy the last vestiges of the summer. As I'm not the only one who came for a stroll, this park's very busy. There are a bunch of people here. There's a girl, too, sitting beneath the sycamore trees. Her legs are crossed one over the other. She has her earbuds in. She thinks she's listening to music because she bobs her head up and down to a beat I can't hear. But when she sees me approaching it, she pulls out the earbuds and offers me a small smile. Hey, Nekohime. Kurumi, it's nice to see you again. Kurumi shifts from one side and pats the bench, inviting me to sit. I obey meekly, my fingers resting against my lap. It's been a while since we last spoke face to face, hasn't it? That's right. It's been a whole month. Kurumi looks under the water fountain thoughtfully, her lips pursed. After the events of Manga Market, I went back home with Suki and Clover. Kurumi had gone back home too, but we swapped contact information and she told me to keep in touch. We messaged one another on and off for a few days, but I didn't think anything would come of our coincidence. That's why I was surprised when 1 week ago Kurumi asked if we could meet up again. I had no idea why she wanted to speak to me. And honestly speaking, I still don't, because but I wanted to see how she was doing. Okay, so considering this is another ending and there's still a lot more that we have left to discover, I'm actually going to end off the episode here, and we're going to finish the entire, like, all the rest of the endings and stuff in the next episode. So if you guys are hyped, make sure you guys hit that like button down below for me, because you already know your support's greatly appreciated, as well as subscribing to the channel. Road to 200 subs. We are getting closer to getting there. I want to thank you guys so much for your support on these series. I mean, it means a lot. Thank you guys so much. Make sure you hit the like button. Leave a comment. Let me know your thoughts. What do you think of the poly ending of the visual novel? Let me know your thoughts. Do you think it's too generic of a visual novel compared to the other Sakura games? It's very similar. You know, what do you guys think? I want to hear your guys' thoughts. Let me know in the comment section down below. But thank you guys so much, and we'll see you in the next and very last episode of the series.